Welcome back, everybody. Derek Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about kitchen safety today. And one of the most dangerous tools in your kitchen is this, a knife. And the reason why I say it's the most dangerous is because a lot of folks don't sharpen these knives the way they should be. And by using a dull knife, you're taking an elevated risk of uh, having to push too hard and then accidentally having a cut, either cutting a finger, cutting uh, accidentally. And most times it's because you have to apply so much more pressure than in cutting whatever you're cutting. And so today I'm going to be showing you this is a meat cleaver that is extremely dull. I'm going to show you right on the edge. It's shiny. And so, I mean, you can go like this. Nothing happens. It's that dull. You can't cut paper with it. I'm just rubbing my finger just lightly over the top of it. With a sharp knife, I wouldn't even dare to do that. But this one's so dull that nothing can be cut with this. And I'm going to restore this with what a lot of folks don't do. And many folks have one of these. It's a sharpening steel for knives. And so what you typically do, you go back and forth both sides. And these are serrated. And the serration, what it does, it lines up the grains of the cutting edge into one uniform direction. And then that's what gives you the sharper edge that helps cut very, very fine. Sometimes you can uh, get an edge on a knife so nice that you can literally cut through so thin you can read a newspaper through whatever you're cutting. And so I'm going to show you. This is a sharp knife. I my knives are always sharp, and folks that use my knives, um, that I loan them temporarily for maybe one assignment, or they're working alongside me, and I'll give them one of my knives. I don't like using other people's knives because I don't know the level of sharpness. With mine, I know the level of sharpness. I know what the potential is, and just to show you, I'm going to demonstrate right here on this piece of paper. That's a sharp knife. And that's the kind of sharpness that you want whenever you're in the kitchen and cutting. Whereas this one, nothing. You're not going. This is more likely to get your fingers cut off than cut the meat that you want in any type of situation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this around, and we're going to put a real edge on this knife. So this is the knife sharpener that I use. This is made by Presto, and it's a professional grade. And so on right here, that's your coarse grind. So that gives you an edge again. We're going to run it through there. And this one is adjustable, so for different thicknesses. So for really thin knives, like paring knives, you switch it down to this, and it closes it up tighter, so that gets you up higher on the and gets the correct angle. But mostly you're going to use this medium right here. And then for real big meat cleavers, this is not that thick. This is the thickness of most standard kitchen knives. So we're going to put it back at medium, and then we're going to be running it through both sides here, and this gets the initial edge, and then this puts on the real fine cutting edge that cuts paper. So we're going to run it through that. You're going to watch me take this dull, useless meat cleaver and then turn it into something that's workable. Okay, we're back. You can hear this running right now. So anyway, we're going to take this, we're going to make 2 passes on each side and put an edge on this. So want to drop it all the way back, push it up against the side, the guide, and then so you see that cleaned it up, gave it a little nicer edge. It still needs work. I missed up here some, so we're going to make some more passes. You see that made it much nicer. It's coming along. Still needs a lot more work. It's just starting to get an edge on there right now. Yeah, it's getting better. Most important thing about running a mechanical sharpener like this is that you keep the blade in motion. Do not stop, otherwise you're going to put a big divot into the cutting edge. So far the edge is looking pretty good, much better than what it was. Still needs some more work. I'm just feeling the edge. I want a sharp edge or semi-sharp edge, just enough so that it's catching my skin. You can see I still see some dark spots, so those are spots that still need to be worked on. Okay, now that's looking pretty good. I've got a pretty good edge all the way across from one end to the other. Turn it around, feel on this side, and it's pretty darn good. So we're going to move to the next level, which is this one right here. And we're on medium, so we're going to start making our passes. I'll move the camera here just a little bit. You shouldn't need to apply much pressure as you're making each pass. And feel each pass, make sure that it is sharpening, that it's making a difference. And don't go too fast. You don't want to go too slow. Oh yeah, that's sharpening up nicely now. So I'm going to do a quick wipe here to get some of the metal particulates off of the blade, so we don't want to jam up the wheel. So we wiped off some of the excess metal shavings. Now you see how the edge is coming real nice. You see how that glows because it's got a nice edge. So we're going to take that edge. We're going to come across. You can't even see any shining. So that's good. We don't want to see any shine or reflection as we go back and forth across the edge. But do feel it, and you'll feel it catch your fingers. So we're going to start making passes with the final. And once we get through that, we're going to do a test cut on that paper, see if it passes the paper test. Got a little light on that pass, so I'm going to do it again. Put a little more pressure on. Yeah, that's getting to be a real nice edge. Yeah, that's got a pretty good edge on it right now. It's getting there. Still needs a little more work. Okay. Once again, we wipe off the particulate dust, the metal particulate dust. And what we're going to do, we're going to take that invisible edge, that really rough edge, and you can see up here there's some grit. So we're going to knock all of that off, and we're going to align the grain of the cutting edge. So we're going to get a piece of paper like this, and we're going to take a test cut. See, look at that. That is beautiful. And remember, it wouldn't cut anything. You couldn't cut yourself with that. But now, look at that. Now, this is a much safer kitchen cutting tool. So you watch me here. Just took me a few minutes. These are great. It just keeps all your knives sharp. You can also sharpen scissors with this. So the only thing it doesn't sharpen are the serrated blades. It takes it. There's a special um, uh, sharpener for those with the serrated edges, but for straight edges, these are great. I love these. When I worked in the shelter, the homeless shelter up here on 75th and International, the head chef, uh, she had something like this, or a smaller version of this. It didn't have the coarse grind, it just had these two. But she had that, and You don't have to have expensive knives to have an edge. What's nice about this, you can break this out and then just run it through the fine edge just to top off after each time you hit bone or something. This will sharpen that right up, and then you hit it with the sharpening steel to align the grain, and you're off and running. So that's our lesson for today. It's really simple. By having something like this, these aren't that expensive. This one only ran me $45. To get a better edge, you would have to manually have sharpening stones and fine honing on that. But for 99% of the folks out here, like you, like me, this is uh, all you need, and it puts a great edge on a knife, or in this case, a meat cutter. So, thanks for joining me today. Stay safe, keep your knives sharp. We'll be right back.